everybody, welcome back to When a Gay Girl Meets a Trans Girl. I am the gay girl, Holly.
And I am the trans girl, Brooklyn.
And as everybody knows, we all just celebrated National Trans Day. And then...
Transgender Awareness, yes. National Transgender Awareness Day.
I worded that.
You worded that completely wrong. Wow. National Transgender Day. It's about the same thing. Transgender Awareness, Transgender Day. Same thing, right?
I'm going to call the gay month National Butchy Girl Day. God.
And I didn't do much as far as celebrating, unfortunately.
You lived.
I lived transgender, and that's who I was, and I was able to fortunately be me for who I am, right?
And I was able to be married to the transgender person I love.
Yes. So what else you got going on? You just hit week 11 this week, correct?
Week 11 with the gummy bear.
Your little gummy bear. We just had a sonogram the other day. And
yesterday.
Yeah, and we got to see the baby, and it actually looks like a little baby now with little hands, little feet.
It was supposed to be the 9-week viability one, just to make sure it's good and alive, but we ended up doing it this week on week 11 because they for some reason never sent my medical records. Like, they had no record, but I know I talked to the nurse and she said she got it. So I resent it, and they very, very quickly got it over, thankfully. So we had to get in quickly for that. And then in another week or so, we'll be going for the end of the first trimester one.
And, well, when we were at our sonogram, how did you ended up seeing the baby, jump and wiggle? And I looked over at her, and her little tears were starting to beat up in her eyes, and she was like, "Is that in me? It's moving."
It, flew up in the air. It was so crazy.
It didn't fly up in the air, it just wiggled. It jerked.
He jumped up in the air. He jumped up in the air and flew there.
Well, there's no air in your body.
And then he went back down in the liquid, and then he went back down and started wiggling. But he didn't like whatever the little ultrasound thingy was, the little wand, and so he was all like, "Woo."
Well, then we got to see his little legs stretch out. They just kind of stretched, and his little toes spread out, and then he went back in and just kind of curved back into his own body. Cute little thing, huh?
Yeah, it was crazy.
He's adorable. I think he's already got his mom's face. I see that. She's kind of got this flat face going on. And you look at the pictures, and you can see a little flat face. It's cute.
She's so rude.
It's not rude. You got a cute flat face.
That's so rude.
I think it got my eyes, though. Except for they look dark. They look black. They look black and white. Black and white eyes. I guess it didn't help that the whole picture was black and white. Right? Yeah. Anything else going on in your world? Thinking about comic books. We don't really have any new comic books. You got the next He-Man coming out the 15th, I think.
Yeah, for the multiverse one.
You did finally get your He-Man pop figure, which is cool looking.
Yeah, it's the San Diego 2022 limited edition iridescent He-Man.
From Comic-Con, right?
Yes.
Comic-Con He-Man. It's pretty cool. You got yourself a little He-Man there. It's weird knowing that I grew up with it and I loved it, and when I met you, you were just you weren't super into it or anything.
Yeah.
I remember watching the show once, and you were kind of getting into it a little bit, and I was telling you about a little bit of the lore, and we were going into some of that, and then we ended up watching the documentary about He-Man was made, and you were like, "So they only made He-Man for the money?" And you're like, "I don't know that I like that." And I'm like, "Holly, they make everything for the money. Everything you do is for money."
Oh.
And she was like, "Oh, yeah."
And now I've spent my money.
On He-Man.
Lots of He-Man.
He-Man.
So, I don't know if you guys have heard. I had no idea up until this afternoon.
I didn't either.
I just saw people going crazy about Bud Light, and I was like, okay. And then I saw a video of Kid Rock, and he said something against the president. I think. I might not recall that correctly. But he sat there with a weapon and shot a few cases of Bud Light. And I was just like, okay, I guess he really doesn't like Bud Light. But then I saw one of my friends on Facebook post asking what it was, and then I went and looked because I was something dumb. And apparently it's about Bud Light partnering with a trans influencer named Dylan Mulvaney, and apparently a lot of right-wing people are losing their flipping minds
over a beer ad. Wow.
It wasn't well, it said that it was, and I'm getting this from NBCnews.com, and the article's Bud Light partnership with trans influencer Dylan Mulvaney prompts right-wing backlash. And you can watch the video, but honestly, I wouldn't have known she was trans unless I read that. But it said the beer brand teamed up with Days of Girlhood TikTok star Dylan Mulvaney. I have no idea who that is, but maybe some of you guys do. During the NCAA's March Madness college basketball tournament. And we watched the video, and all she did, she was celebrating her womanhood 365 days, and they wanted to help support her, so they sent her some Bud Light, and she said, go teams, and she doesn't really care about sports, but she's happy for those teams. And then her little thing under her Instagram says, Happy March Madness, just found out this had to do with sports and not just saying it's a crazy month. In celebration of this sports thing, at Bud Light is giving you the chance to win $15,000. Share a video with easy carry contest for a chance to win. Good luck, Bud Light partner. And then the backlash from the conservatives.
Of course, the conservatives.
And Mulvaney is known for Days of Girlhood. Oh, Lord. Oh, I've read some really hateful things. Oh, there's the Kid Rock video. That's the one that I saw. Which, I grew up hearing Kid Rock on the radio, and now I totally will not listen to his music or support him.
I'm just disappointed by everybody. You know,
he's quoted here saying, F Bud Light and F Anheuser-Busch while wearing a MAGA hat and shooting at the cases of Bud Light with what appeared to be a semi-automatic rifle. He's got less views than she does, though. He's only got 236,000. Oh, wait, no, she's got less. 130. Well, she's got 135,000, and she was never a famous rocker, so that's not bad at all.
That's crazy.
It's
the world we live in now, where we have to bend what we want to be and who we are to these famous people like Kid Rock or like J.K. Rowling. Like, we just have to bend what we believe, and in order to make everybody happy, we have to just be unhappy to make everyone else happy, if that makes sense. I don't know.
So Mulvaney now has over 10 million followers on TikTok, and they said that she rose to prominence last March, and she basically chronicled her gender transition, which is cool.
Yeah, she's really pretty.
Wow. In October, she was among a small group of young advocates invited to meet with President Joe Biden at the White House.
Sweet.
Where
Good.
they talked about transgender issues. And then it says that Caitlyn Jenner, who's also a transgender woman, joined in by sharing Blackburn's tweet, writing, Marsha Blackburn, thank you for speaking out and having a backbone. One of the best senators we have. Let's not normalize any of what this person is doing. This is absurdity. Shortly after Mulvaney sat down with Biden, Senator Marsha tweeted out a video of Mulvaney and wrote, Dylan Mulvaney, Joe Biden, and radical left-wing lunatics want to make this absurdity normal. What?
Who tweeted that out?
Senator Marsha Blackburn. She is a Republican from Tennessee. Of course. I do not like Tennessee at all. My mom's from Tennessee, and I always fear driving through that state.
I don't know. I just think... I just think the world is changing. It's going backwards for some reason. I mean, before long, you're going to see slavery reappearing because people can't get past the fact that we're all different people.
I don't think it'd be slavery. I think more genocide.
It's ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Our world should not be this hard.
I don't know. Like, my one friend, he just posted and asked a question, and everyone on his group thing was all, like, very civil about it. They're like, the right wings are going crazy about a transgender woman being the new Bud Light. And everybody was like, that's stupid. But this other person who I was never close friends with, we just served in the Marine Corps together, she posted something incredibly insulting. And everybody on there who I was not friends with was saying really mean things. I unfriended her. I was like, I never cared for you much while I was in the Marine Corps, and I don't want to see this on my page.
Wow. That's crazy.
It was just ridiculous because she was... I remember her, and she was not a role model by any means. She definitely was a project that I had to help start succeeding in life, and it's just, it makes me so mad that you have to belittle other people because maybe you need to make yourself feel better. I was just like, go figure that my one friend that doesn't care at all has always kind of had his stuff together and been like, I do me, you do you. And then her, I don't know. It's just, sorry, it's upsetting.
No, I get it. I mean, this is the world we live in. It's very unfortunate. I don't know. I think every time I open up the news or I hear about, like, some kind of article or something, it's sad. I mean, I feel like my world is being attacked more and more and more. Like, I felt like I finally opened up. You know, it took all these years to open up, and I had a good, 3, 4, 5 years where I felt like things were progressing, and, all these wonderful, like, little bills were passing to help transgender people, and, this and that, and then all of a sudden, we're going backwards. It's like it hit a break, and somehow we're rolling back down the hill into, like, a swampy mess. And I don't know what my future holds for me like this. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to be. I was reading about an article that Kansas is trying to pass where they're trying to make it to where it would be like a felony to go into a bathroom that I feel like I need to go into. And, like, where do I go? I mean, look at my Facebook picture on our site. How would it look if I walked into a men's restroom like that? I just want to go in there and go pee. I don't want to... I'm not in there... Okay, seriously, they've got porn out there. There's porn. If you want to look at something, that's where people go. They're not going to go to the bathroom and watching people taking dumps. It's ridiculous. I want to go to the bathroom to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know that our governor's not going to approve that. She's definitely
what
does
happens
not
when
lean
we get
that way.
the next governor? I mean, you've got people like... There were enough of the representatives that are wanting to pass it. They're going to try it again.
That's ridiculous.
It's just... I can't live my life. I'm starting to live scared now. Like, I'm scared to be me. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not doing anything. I'm just living my life. And now, if I want to go out to a movie by myself, if I want to go out, let's say my wife is gone, she's goes to do something and she's gone for the night, and I'm like, I want to go out and just like kind of enjoy myself, maybe hang out with some friends, and I'm walking to the car. Who knows? Maybe I'm going to get jumped. Maybe somebody saw me in there and wants to kill me because I am just a person that is me. Because I'm wearing a dress. Because that's what, that's a rule in life, that girls have to be the only ones that wear dresses. And nobody else can. A transgender girl can't. A boy can't. A man can't.
Well, that's like just in our country, though. When I was deployed, men were wearing dresses.
But
they were wearing flattering dresses.
With this world where we've identified pink as girl and blue as boy. Like, if I put a pink dress on my son, why is that weird? It is a color And it is an outfit. Why have we adapted this to a certain gender?
Because we still need some evolving to do.
We got a lot of evolving to do. It's horrible. You know, it kind of goes back to, I'm kind of reading a little article here on Yahoo Lifestyles. This is an article written on April 5th of 23 by Beth Greenfield, who is a senior editor of Yahoo Life. They're looking back on the National Geographic issue. I think it was in 2017, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 2017 of Avery Jackson. That was on the National Geographic cover. And it's of a picture of a little girl that's transgender. And a quote came from her. It's, "The best thing about being a girl is now I don't have to pretend to be a boy," which is neat. But, you know, you go back to the mom, and the mom made a comment. She said, you know, looking back years after her trans child, looking back on those years, you know, the mom, Debbie Jackson, said that we were at a great place in our country at that time. And we were. You know, 2017 was... I remember walking into Walmart. I remember walking around and you don't get looks. And I feel like it's just starting to go backwards. Everything feels like things are starting to go wrong again.
It'll get back to... It'll be better.
You think so, huh? You know, 44 states just this year have passed 11 laws. 11 laws so far. We're not even halfway through the year. 11 laws that have restricted or damaged a transgender person's rights.
It's the same thing that happened with the gays, though.
Well, this is the United States of America. This is a country you fought for.
That's what
rights.
I'm saying.
And we don't even get those rights anymore. Those rights are gone. You fought as a Marine to protect me. And people that did not fight, that are sitting up in Washington, have taken those rights that you have fought for me away.
That reminds me of an Avenged Sevenfold song that I love, Critical Acclaim.
Yeah.
He's basically saying that it's a really good song. It's definitely heavier metal, but if you are patriotic and you, like, politicians are annoying to you, but you served, or you admire people that serve to protect the country and all of our rights, it's a good song.
You have to play it sometime for me. I'm not sure that I've heard it before.
I've played it, and I know you've heard me listening to it while I'm cooking. It's not a work appropriate. There is some
language,
F-bombs,
some bombs in there.
but it gets you pumped for America. I used to love listening to it when I was in the Marine Corps. I was like, yeah!
Pumped for America.
Which reminds me, don't forget, everybody, if you ever play Call of Duty Black Ops, remember at the ending credits they had an Avenged Sevenfold concert. And if you never beat the game, then you really should go play the campaign instead of just playing zombies so you can see the Avenged Sevenfold concert. They need to... I wonder what they're doing because I miss their music. Sorry, I digress.
You do digress.
But there was something that I was looking at when we were earlier going back on the trans thing and the rights in this country kind of going backwards. I looked up the best country in the world for trans right now, and this article is from March of this year.
Is it Sweden or something?
No, it's actually not Sweden.
Germany.
March 31st of this year. It's on National LGBTQ Task Force. It's on the taskforce.org, and it's called Argentina Becomes the World's Most Transgender-Friendly Country.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
really.
Okay.
So they have made it so trans people will be able to change their legal gender and name without judicial permission or any requirement that they undergo surgeries. Further, once these changes are made, trans people will have access to the country's socialized medical system for all their transition-related care for free, including any desired surgeries. People will be able to legally change their IDs starting on June 4th.
Wow. So we need to move to Argentina.
Yeah. And then, unlike in the U.S., where you have to have painful surgeries just to be considered to be the gender.
Not even really considered anymore, just so people can make fun of you for wanting to be the gender.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's pretty neat, though. I didn't know Argentina was like that far ahead.
Yeah, so if you know Spanish and want to go live down there or want to submerge yourself in that, I've heard Argentina's beautiful. I've had a few friends from Argentina.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know where all they were from, but they always are fond of it. But yeah, if you want a nice happy place. Apparently other countries near it are also trying to do better. In South America, there's Bolivia, Uruguay, and Ecuador. They're all trying to help the transgender equality.
I wonder what it is about the United States right now being so anti-trans right now. What is it? Like, what happened?
The shooting.
You feel like that's what it is?
Yes, they always look for some little thing to lose their minds on some agenda.
They were losing their mind before the shooting. It's like the shooting was just a
Trump.
catalyst.
That was Trump.
You think Trump was the one that did it?
Yeah, he was the one that was saying, like, no trans in the military anymore, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, he was pushing back on a lot of stuff.
Well, before that, we were starting to go the other way.
Do you think the hate from Trump and, like, he just let all the crazies out of the closet and they started becoming anti-trans?
I think he kept it in the light and kept the hate in the light. So more people are seeing the hate in the light. So that's all we're seeing.
So they're feeling like it's okay to be hateful.
Yeah.
That's crazy. What a crazy world we live in.
Monkey see, monkey do.
That's right. Monkey that is. Monkey that ass.
What?
What?
What does that mean? Is that a phrase?
It's a phrase I just came up with.
That is not. I don't.
Monkey that is. Monkey that ass.
I don't get it.
He's an ass.
Oh. Wow. Wow. And on the Trump note, if any of you care, he is being charged with 32 or 34 felony charges.
Woo!
He's
Go Trump.
Still denying everything. Which, I mean, a whole lot of other presidents have things they needed to be charged for as well. But he definitely enjoys just constantly stoking the fire, so...
Oh, God, yes. If I have never seen anyone in my life, it's like one of those viral videos where the kid follows the other person around the mall screaming and yelling at him, and the guy finally turns around and hits him in the face and then whines that he got hit in the face. What do you expect when you sit there and you stoke the fire the whole time?
Oh, I don't think he's whining at all. I think he's still trying to be a martyr and rally everybody to his cause.
That's it. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to be a martyr. He wants to be arrested. Like, at one point he told one of his people that he wanted to show up at court with handcuffs on. He wants to rile everybody up. He wants an uprising where he can, take over not just the presidency but the United States.
I really wish we had a really good person like him, as crazy as that sounds. Like a really good person to like do all that like crazy ambitious stuff for a good cause.
Like who?
How he is. He's like doing all of his stuff ambitiously for a crazy cause. I wish there was a good person doing what he's doing, but for a good thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I get it.
His convictions are certainly strong. I will give him that.
So we just need somebody that's like him, but nothing like him.
I always look for the light in something.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Kind of want to talk about another spoiler I might have seen on Picard, but that comes out tomorrow. Oh, and happy First Contact Day. We totally watched the movie last weekend, unthinking. We did not think about that it was happening. It was like my mind subconsciously said, let's do this. Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper.
which was a Jewish thing if you watch a documentary about Leonard Nimoy. Not just a Vulcan thing.
You have a little bit of Star Trek Picard, if I can talk. Pickard. Star Trek Pickard.
Picard.
Reminded me of the time when Q, I forget the episode name, but it's the one where Picard, his heart ended up, I think a Nausicaan ended up stabbing him in the heart.
Oh.
And Q was there, giving him a chance to see what life would have been like. And he walks in with flowers, and he's like, "Hello, is there a Jean-Luc Picard there?" I thought that was kind of hilarious.
That's cute. My sister had a Jean-Luc Picard little doll growing up, like a Barbie doll almost. And she never really cared for it. So when we went to go visit her a couple weeks ago, she asked if I wanted it, and I was like, yes, definitely. Because I have my little toy Picard over there, and he helps me. Like, he watches over me while I'm playing games. But then when I'm playing a space game, like No Man's Sky or something, I'll pull him over, like, near me, and then, like, he'll help me, and we'll say, like, engage whenever we take off.
One time I saw Picard sitting in her lap. I'm like, really?
But the spoiler, so I like following them on Facebook because, like, they do have a lot of good news, and they always say the little birthdays for all the people past cast and crew. But it's Trek Talking, which is another really good podcast.
Yeah.
But they have a lot of spoilers, like a lot. I saw who's going to be on this Thursday one, and which we all pretty much knew, but they definitely confirmed it. And it's another person from Voyager. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I won't say who, because I'm not a spoiler.
You're not a spoiler of spoilers?
No.
Yeah.
Is anybody playing WoW, by the way?
I know you are. You're starting to play that a lot more.
Well, I finally got the Dragonflight expansion because it was on sale, and I've been playing Dragonflight. Well, actually, I haven't done anything with Dragonflight. I've been basically dwindling around in the mist of Pandaria, and I only have one more quest line to go through before I get the achievement for doing all the quest lines in one of the regions in Pandaria. And I again took another segue off into becoming the greatest chef.
Becoming the greatest chef?
Yep.
Like the greatest cook?
Yep.
In a video game?
Yeah.
What does your food taste like?
Sliced peaches and rice pudding.
Ones and zeros, my love. Ones and zeros.
But I played around like on all the races. I'm not like a WoW master because I don't know. I go through seasons, but I'm a hunter right now, and I've never played as hunter, but everybody's always said like hunter is like a lot of fun, and I'm actually enjoying hunter. I'm basically a Pokemon trainer, so I enjoy it, and I get to shoot at things with a bow and arrow while I tell my pets to maim and murder.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. And then if you've never played WoW, you go around doing quests, and it's an online game with a whole bunch of people. It's been around since I was in like high school. Super fun. And they have little pets. They're called battle pets that you can find, and you can train them. It's like a WoW Pokemon. Super fun. Oh, sleepy.
I've been sleepy too, my love.
Me too.
I have a procedure I got to do tomorrow. I got to do like a weird scope thingy.
Yeah.
Because I've had like really bad heartburn, and like they're checking to make sure that like I haven't burned a hole in my body.
Yeah. They wanted me to do that, but I haven't had any problems, and I know I get ulcers every now and then really bad from my pain medicine. If I mix it with a new medicine is usually the culprit, but I've been learning how to master my body.
You got a nice body though. I I've tried to master that body myself. She's staring at me very, very harshly right now. She's like, cut it out. Remove it.
Her mother listens to this.
Oh my god, my mama does listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna know that I've tried to master your body.
Yeah.
Moving on from your body. There were some issues with Pokemon Go. You want to talk a little bit about them? What exactly is going on in the Pokemon Go world?
People are threatening and death-threatening them.
Threatening.
Because
They're threatening to kill their Pokemon.
They've extremely limited
their Pokemon's lives.
They're increasing the prices on the raid passes. It's the really big thing. They're limiting things, so you can't really do shiny hunting through the legendaries that you would do at raids.
Yeah, you know...
Which it sucks. I don't like it at all, but I'm not going to uninstall.
There was like some death threats against people that were still playing Pokemon Go, right?
What?
You had said there were death threats against people that were playing Pokemon Go.
No, against the people that work at Pokemon Go.
Work at Pokemon Go because they raised the price.
Yeah.
50 coins.
Yeah. 50? Is that it?
No, I thought that's what you said.
No, I did not. I don't know the price.
Oh.
I know it's increasing. That's what a lot of games do, though.
I still have a lot of fun with it. I get on there quite often. I'm at like a level 39.
I'm at level 37.
When do you become a Pokemon Master? Or what level? Instead of just a trainer.
Never.
So I'm stuck a trainer the rest of my life. I have to train Pokemon the rest of my life. Till the day I die. I'm be laying in there and be in the bed and they'll be like, let me spin one more. And Holly's like, I'll spin for you since you've died. She's still looking at me. Maybe I should stop talking. First her body, now a dead Brooklyn with Pokemon Go.
I got another shiny yesterday.
Which one?
Bunnery.
And right before that one, you ended up getting, was it Taurus?
Yeah, finally. I always wanted a shiny Taurus.
I want a shiny Taurus. I really do.
He's green looking.
Yeah.
Bunnery. I got the spring season event one with the little flowers on its ear, and it's pink.
There's a few of them that have flowers on them.
Yes. Togetic, which I caught another one today that I know you have not caught any of.
You really think so, huh?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
Because I haven't seen you playing.
Are you around me all the time?
And then there's Pikachu.
I didn't think so.
There's a lot. There's Eevee that's got the little flowers. I mean, the flowers are lame, but they're there.
You look really cute with flowers in your hair.
I've done it before.
Do it again.
No.
Why not?
I don't know.
Your son's going to think you're the most amazing thing in the world, and he's going to hand you flowers one day.
Mm.
He's going to pick a flower and be like, Mama. He's going to hand it to you.
Mm.
Bet you're excited. Can't wait. So what do you have on gay gaming for us? I know we just got done having a lot of talks about games. Have anything super important on gay gaming? This is a very kind of mushed up.
Well, The Last of Us, there's lesbians in it, so it counts. So everybody knows about the... She's staring at me while she's yawning away from the mic with her crazy eyes. God. She looks like a cat.
You're weird.
There's another update out. She already did the one really big patch that they did because the game is broken, pretty much.
Yeah, but even after all the patches, I've sat there and tried to get on, and it's still really jumpy. It's still really horrible. I feel like I'm trying to run a huge game on Windows XP. She's licking the microphone. I
It
feel
feels
like
weird.
I feel like this session, she is like zoned out. Like she's skipping from one thing to another. She's like, oh, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, what? How did we get from 8 to, 10?
It's the pregnant brain.
It is a pregnant brain.
But they did another big update on The Last of Us, so... Oh, she's yawning. Hold on.
I didn't even yawn. I pretended like I was getting ready to, and then she started yawning. I hope people aren't listening to us in their car. They're all probably just yawning like crazy right now.
But she hasn't done it yet, but she's going to do it today, so I wonder if any of you guys are playing The Last of Us and if it's running better.
Yeah, you have to let us know. Get on Facebook. Let us know how it's running for you if you're playing it. There's another yawn. She's just yawning like left and right now.
I'm sleepy.
You're a sleepy girl.
Very sleepy.
Yeah. Trust me too. It's been a long week. I'm not gonna lie, this has actually been a pretty rough week. A lot of stuff going on. So is that all you got for gay gaming? You're just really not doing a whole lot today.
I don't know. I've been playing WoW and I haven't seen anything really gay yet.
You can make it gay if you want it.
Well, I mean, usually there's like a gay NPC or something, or a trans NPC that I can talk about. The dressing in the game, I don't know. They definitely, a lot of the girl outfits, they still, I don't know, as a hunter, they don't really make me look skimpy. Some of them, they make you look kind of skimpy, some they don't.
So, moving on. I got a Brightful.me question for you. You ready?
Perhaps.
What do you believe is the most important invention in history? And why? Bum 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 bum.
Maybe the rock tool, or the stick, the shaved stick that started it all.
I'm not sure it started it all.
Well, I mean, they had to make a tool and see the success and keep passing that along, and then they wanted to make it better, and it's from that invention that they knew more things could be made easier or better.
Really? So you're not going to go with like TV or the light bulb?
I would never go with TV. I would rather go with... Oh, fun fact about the light bulbs. In June, July, or August, iridescent light bulbs will no longer be allowed in the U.S., only the LED ones. LED? The...
Fluorescent or LED?
The ones that are energy efficient.
Yeah, LED.
Yeah. But I like the iridescent ones because I like the yellow glow, so... Boo.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
So yours would be a stick with a rock at the end of it?
No. It would be either the shaved stick that they would, like, use to, like, dip into things to, like, get bugs. Or the rock that they shaved down so they could scrape stuff.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah. What about you?
How about me? I don't know. I think a vehicle is probably the greatest invention.
That's the one that's ruining America. All the other countries like South Korea are so close together. Their internet is cheaper and better. A lot of their costs are lower. You don't have to, like, drive 20 miles to work. You don't spend all that money on a car. You don't even need a car. Which, it's nice to have a car, but my God, if everything was closer, we could just walk and save so much money.
In America, things are not close unless you live in, like, New York or, some of the bigger cities like that.
We'd save so much money.
Well,
And we'd stop killing the earth as bad as we are.
Well, I like the idea of being able to travel around the world and travel around the U.S. and have like little car trips and listen to your music, and you can kind of zone out in like your own little bubble. It's like a self-contained bubble of yours.
I mean, I like that too, but
It's one of my favorites, probably my favorite invention as a vehicle.
mine will be the replicator.
Wouldn't that be nice, a replicator?
Well,
Star Trek.
Fun fact again.
Oh, again, okay.
I had to do a 2-minute presentation on a business idea that would help fight poverty, make the world better kind of thing. And so I did research because I was like, oh my god, the replicator. And apparently in 2017, some MIT students, I forget from what they called it, but they actually made carbon nanotubes, and they are able to move them into different molecules, or change them basically. They're like malleable. So they're getting really, this is back in 2017, they're getting really close to like just taking air and making like a smoothie or something.
Very interesting.
But my idea was like, that'd be great to help save the earth, because yeah, we'd have to like make them, and then after that just upkeep and like, you know, whatever. But you could just take your pee and make a brownie.
Well, I mean, can you imagine what it'd be like to have a replicator in all these countries that
Yes.
don't have food?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
You could put like, 50 of them around like a few cities.
And literally just go poo in them. Just be like, here, crap in a box. And it'd be like, oh, brownie surprise.
Well, it would break down the molecules. It wouldn't be poop anymore.
I
It'd just
know.
be molecules floating through a condensed tube.
Isn't it crazy though?
And then you say, hey, I want this. And then it reforms the molecules of something. It wouldn't have this. It'd create a new smell. It'd create a new taste, a new look, a new temperature.
That's what I'm saying. All you don't even have to do it. Like, the rich people could just be eating, and then they take the scraps of that food. If they don't want to take the poo because that's gross, just take the scraps of that food from, like, when, like, your kids don't want to eat something. You're like, okay, just put it in the donate replicator, and then we'll just do that and make some canned goods and take it somewhere else.
Wouldn't that be neat if it was all connected through, like, wires or something? Or through
Yeah,
tubes
like
in
a
the ground?
transporter.
Yeah, in the ground.
Yeah.
So if you're done with your food, the tubes are everywhere connecting all around the
Have
world.
like a food bank or a bank
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
It would be like in a handful of buildings all around the world, and wherever you're closest to, just take some of the matter out of it. And then when you use the restroom or whatever, you flush the toilet, it goes there, breaks the molecules down. You frown, you think about it, but everything is broken down into a molecule. The molecules don't smell. There's no sense to them.
No, I'm aware of that.
It's just, I'm just telling the people on here.
Oh.
There's no sense to it. It is nothing but a little tiny particle. And that particle, you move it and you put it into something else and you pack them together and it becomes ice cream. A bowl of ice cream. So as weird or as gross as that sounds, that's the way it is. That's part of the way our bodies and nature works.
Or you could sit there, it would be almost like, what is it? The Midas touch? Turn anything into gold.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just take the molecules and then boom. And then we wouldn't need wealth anymore, just like in Star Trek. And then boom. World poverty, done. I completed it with my replicator.
Then we can work towards bettering ourselves and stop fighting over whether or not I'm a real girl or not. We can just live our lives and be like, who the hell cares? Just treat you like whatever you want to be treated like.
And we bring it full circle.
Well, let's hope.
What's the next question?
Oh, let's take a look here. If you were given $1 million, what would you do with it? Oh, I know what I'd do. I'd invest half of it.
I'd fix my back if I could. You've asked me that before. If I ever get a large amount of money, I will do everything I can to fix my spine.
I've asked that question before.
You've asked me what I would do if I had a ton of money.
Well, I would invest half of my money, and then I would definitely pay off bills. And if I could fix your back, if I could pay the craziest doctor in the world to fix it, I would.
I said it'll be stem cells that fixes it.
One day.
Was a different question.
If you were a celebrity for one day, what would your name be?
So, if I were a superhero...
I'm not asking you if you're a superhero. She's got something wrong with her. You know what? We're going to skip over this question. We're going to completely skip over this. You know what? We're already at 45 minutes. Let's call this good.
We're not at 45 minutes because we had to make... Oh, I see.
She is crazy, guys. You have no idea. You were all lucky you were not having to deal with the craziness that is the Holly.
Alrighty. Well...
Yes?
Oh, and we saw that we got a Patreon... I don't know what you call that. A Patreon?
A Patreon.
Patreon. And I just want to say thank you.
Yes, thank you. And we will start giving out, or do the Patreon names. Hopefully in the next couple of episodes.
Okay. But anyway, everybody hold tight through all of this.
Support us where you can. Support the transgender community wherever you can. Help fight against the bigotry going on in this world. Be a supporter. Don't be quiet. Don't just stand there and listen to your friends talk
Yeah, if someone
about
says
this
something...
BS. Stand up for us, because there are people that need you as a, you know, as a sibling, as a mom, as a dad, as a kid. You know, people need you to open your mouth and, like, help support who we are, because we just want to be who we are.
We are who we are.
Anyway, thank you all. We will see you next time.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you for joining us on our show. Don't forget to check out our other shows wherever podcasts are available. And if you're in the position to help our podcast grow, please join us at patreon.com/GGirlTGirl. And check out our Facebook and Instagram page for more updates and messages at gaygirl/transgirl. And please hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you.
Stories untold. Rise from the ashes, reclaim the world and beyond. Come see through the veil, lives unlived and stories untold. Rise from the ashes, reclaim the world and beyond.